Long ago, in a bustling village called Mwangaza, the sun rose golden over hills, drums echoed in the evenings, and stories flowed like sweet tea. But there was one creature that no one liked, a housefly named Ndege. Ndege was small, dusty, and unwelcome. He buzzed from hut to hut, landing on leftover food, drinking from dirty puddles, and always being chased away. "Shoo, shoo, you dirty pest!" shouted Mambo, the village elder, swinging a woven fan. "Every time I cook, this fly comes to taste it first," cried Chiku, the best cook in the village. Even the animals mocked him. "Look who's here, the garbage king," chuckled Kima the monkey, swinging from a mango tree. "I don't know what's worse, his wings or his smell," teased Tar the tortoise, chewing on fresh cassava leaves. Ndege was tired of being unwanted, tired of the insults. One hot afternoon, he flew far from the village, across the river, deep into the forest, and rested on a soft green leaf. There, under the shade of a fig tree, he let out a deep sigh. "Why does the bee have songs sung about her, and I get chased with a broom?" he buzzed. Suddenly, a breeze passed through the forest, and a whisper filled the air. "Because the bee brings sweetness. What do you bring, Ndege?" Startled, he looked around, but saw no one. Only trees and flowers and silence. The whisper returned. "You drink from filth and fly into feasts. Choose differently, and you will fly differently." Ndege thought deeply. "What if I stopped being who they say I am? What if I make honey? Like the bee." Back in the village, the animals laughed when they heard the news. "A fly making honey," laughed Zazu the parrot, falling off his perch. "Next thing you'll tell me frogs lay eggs made of gold," snorted Kima. But Ndege was determined. Each day, he flew back to that hidden grove in the forest, a secret field of sweet, untouched flowers. No bees came there, and the scent was heavenly. Ndege stopped going near filth. He bathed in clean water droplets, avoided garbage heaps, and refused to land on anything dirty. Weeks passed, the sun rose and fell, rain came and went, and slowly, drop by drop, Ndege began producing a golden, sweet substance. It was not much, but it smelled better than anything the animals had ever tasted. One morning, Ndege returned to the village. With a tiny gourd made of grass fiber, he placed a single drop of his honey at the feet of Mambo. Mambo sniffed, tasted, his eyes widened. "By the ancestors, this is sweeter than mango syrup." A crowd gathered. "Let me taste," said Chiku. "Amazing!" cried Tar. "Delicious!" squeaked the village children. The animals were speechless. Zazu flew to the treetops and shouted, "Come see, Ndege the fly has become Ndege the sweet." From that day on, the villagers built a small wooden hut for Ndege near the mango grove. They called it the honey house. Every few days, Ndege would bring a few golden drops, not much, but enough to remind everyone of something very important. Even those who come from the mud can rise if they choose to fly higher. And so, the fly who once fed on filth became a bringer of sweetness. He was invited to feasts, songs were composed in his honor, and even the bees came to learn how he found flowers no one else could see. Moral of the story: change is possible, even for the smallest of us. When we stop chasing what is easy and begin choosing what is right, we create our own kind of sweetness. Please support this channel by tapping the like, share, and subscribe button.